Some say Disney is the happiest place on earth, but I think that Dollar Tree is definitely in the top 10. I'm Ingrid Carlsen, and I'm so happy that you're here today. Welcome. Today we are going to do a shop with me, a haul, and then we're making a project. So make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. I think one of the best times of year is back to school season because of all of the office supplies. So this is a great time to run over to Dollar Tree. Look at these beautiful Sharpie colors. These are great for writing in your journals, and they're permanent, so you can still add water stuff on top of them and they won't bleed. Another great thing to pick up right now are organizational items, and these little bins are so pretty, but they're really great for projects. I would keep different journals that I'm working on separated by bins and then just work on them as I have time. My Dollar Tree had them in pink, this teal, blue, and purple. I'm going to be honest, I passed these up last time I was at Dollar Tree because I thought they were lids. I'm so glad that I stopped to look at them. They're little activity boxes where you can put your paint, your paintbrush, and your project that you're working on, and they're super cute. They come in the exact same colors as the other bins I just showed. Also, craft paper is really a great staple to have on hand for any junk journaler. My Dollar Tree has had them out of stock, so this is a great time to stock up if yours is the same. And let me know down below if you'd like to see some projects using craft paper. I don't know about you, but my heart pitter-patters at the sight of all these notebooks. They had some really great folder options in really bright and fun colors that I think would be really great as journal covers. You can cut them up and repurpose them. I am in love with this little heart pattern. The front of my store has this little section, and I'm not really sure if it's like novelties, and I found this beautiful scarf that you see here. It's got lemons and florals, and it's a really pretty peach color. I think that I mentioned these note cards back in one of my first Dollar Tree haul videos, but I'm glad that I stopped in and looked at them. They had such beautiful images on the front, and on most of them I think you get 6 cards total, which is great because then you can use them on multiple projects. You already know that I'm a sucker for anything floral, and these beautiful white roses are just gorgeous. They look like something that you would find at a boutique store. Don't you agree? This is the very first time that I've ever seen this metallic gold poster board at any Dollar Tree, and it is stunning. I had so many ideas going through my head of ways that you could use this, and so you'll have to see if I picked it up, but I bet I did. I found this little notebook and I thought it was so charming. It would be great for an art journal. It had like kind of construction like paper in all different colors of the rainbow. I think that it's nice and thick. It's a little bit nicer quality than regular construction paper, and I bet it would take art medium really well. I'm a big advocate in if you see something, you'll use it. If you put it away, you won't, and I am the prime example of that. These little bins are really great to keep on your desk. They don't take up a ton of space, and they would be great to put your ephemera in as you're working on a project. Specifically, if you're using printables that you cut up and then you put to the side like that. You could also make an ephemera book, and if you haven't seen that, I'll have it linked down below. They also had different varieties of them. They had these that were more kind of square shaped, and the colors are really pretty, so I think that you could find one that would go really great with whatever decor you have in your room. Just like the bins I showed before in the back to school section, these are really great because they have lids that lock in place. So what's really great about this is that they're stackable, number one, and number two, if they fall over, everything's not going to spill out. These are great for projects that you're working on or for keeping little pieces tidy. I hope that you're sitting down because I am about to blow your socks off. Look at these absolutely stunning wallpapers. Dollar Tree. amazing. They are so beautiful. And let me show you the new ones that I found at my store that I've never seen before. First off, with this gorgeous piece with the botanicals, and you can see it's a little iridescent in the light with these birds. So very pretty. I also spotted this botanical, which is in neutral colors, and I can think of so many different uses on a journal, but imagine a journal cover in that. So gorgeous. They also had this last one, which is some butterflies and florals and blues and whites. I'll show you later on in the video. I did grab one of these, but pause the video right now and let me know down below which one you think that I picked up. If you haven't caught my video on making DIY tea bags, I actually used some clear glue and I forgot that Dollar Tree sold it, so I wanted to show it to you here. Another great item to stock up on are these felt craft squares, and they measure about 11 3/4 by I think 42 inches, which is a lot of felt, and these are great to put in between your papers for a journal cover to feel nice and soft and squishy. I know I've picked these up and I've showed you these galvanized numbers before, but have you seen the little tiny alphabets? I'm not really sure if I've seen them before. I can't remember. Someone remind me if I did them, but they're so cute. Look how little they are. And I think these would be really fun to have in your stash. I went and peeked in the hair section to see if there were any new fabrics I can use, and look at this gorgeous print. It is so beautiful. I've used the other one before, and if you don't recall that video, I'll have it linked down below so you can see for yourself how adorable the project came out. I'm showing you this big array of nail polishes from Dollar Tree for a couple reasons. One, they just look so pretty, but also some of these nail polishes are just really good quality actually for the price. And then also there is a craft that I'm looking into right now using them. So I will keep you posted. If you're not already following me and getting notified for the videos, make sure that you do that now. I can't believe I spotted this. It's so pretty. It was just sitting over with the plates. I think that it should have been in either the home decor aisle or maybe where the candles were, but I found both of these different patterns just adorable. I will forever say, make sure that you're looking everywhere for the unexpected, especially at Dollar Tree. Another video that I recently did was showing toilet paper molds, and I think these would be really great molds for you to have in your collection. They had these seashells, these flamingos, and these little pineapples, and they would look just darling on a summer journal. You can't beat the area right next to the checkout because they always have like little hidden gems. And I saw this little mini vacuum cleaner, and I'm wondering, has anyone seen this? Do you own it, and does it work? Okay, that's it for the shop with me, but make sure to stay tuned for the haul and then our project. I'm so excited to share this haul with you for several reasons. First of all, we are going to have a project at the end of the video using some of the stuff that we have. And also, if you're not already subscribed, this is the perfect time for you to do so. Just pause this video and hit the subscribe button right underneath the video, as well as hit the little bell. It'll notify you anytime a new video comes out, and I'm gonna have definitely some new Dollar Tree journaling videos that are coming up soon with some of the supplies that I got today. So, the first thing I do want to show off though are these nails. These are from Dollar Tree. So they're the clear nails. I'll have them a video linked somewhere here. And then I just applied them, and I used a glue that I had. They do not come with adhesive, so you do have to get a nail glue. And if you're interested in what type of glue I use, let me know. Now these, then I just did the tip just by hand. They're not perfect. I can see some like little bit of imperfections, but for my first time, and like I got a little bit of paint here, but for the first time doing it, I'm super glad. They are strong. Like they feel like my nails. They feel like they're really good. The sizing was really good for my hands. So if you've never tried them out and you want to like venture into the world of press-ons, then I would definitely recommend them. So all right, let's get started with the crafty haul. I had to pick this up. It is so absolutely beautiful. Let's open it together. I'm curious to see if the inside is glazed or if it's like raw. It is glazed. That's even nicer than I thought. That is so beautiful. So pretty. Let's stick that here. So I got this color as well. Look how pretty those look together. I have a lot of blue and white in my house, and so those might end up going downstairs, but maybe they'll stay in my room. I'm not sure. Okay, I also picked up this scarf. I know you guys have been having trouble finding the other scarf that I showed in my other Dollar Tree video, which is linked in the description if you haven't watched it. But I found this color, which is very pretty as well. So I think, and they only had one, and it was ripped and so pretty. And this would be gorgeous in hair, but maybe even more gorgeous on a journal. Speaking of fabric, I went ahead and grabbed this scarf as well. I think that this is so pretty for summer, and I am going to have a botanical print. I've been working on that botanical print probably since last year, and I've never released it. And so I think this will probably go perfect with it. So I picked that up. Also picked up the poster board, the gold poster board, and I'm going to show you how we're going to use this. I picked up these beautiful rose thank you notes. So with the thank you notes on the back, if you don't know this, you might not know, or you might already know and be like, keep moving. They'll tell you what's inside. So in this case, these are blanks, which are perfect because we don't need them to say anything. And you get 6 cards in here. And I'm going to show you how we're going to use those. I also picked up these tea candles in order to do more wax seals, and you get 20 of them. They're unscented, and they're $1.25, so really great buy. And what else? Oh, I picked up the galvanized letters, and I was thinking these would be a lot of fun if we used our alcohol inks and distress them. And I love how little they are, so we'll definitely use those up. I also didn't show you guys, but I did pick up some school glue. Now, this is back to school season, and sometimes your big box stores like Target and Walmart, they might run even better specials on this kind of stuff. I was just there and I picked it up, but I would definitely recommend that if you need to stock up on school supplies stuff, to go to those stores first and see what kind of sales they're offering. I know during back to school, they'll run these for like 20 cents sometimes. So definitely check those out. So now let's get started. I almost forgot to share this with you. This is the activity paint tray. And I have mixed emotions on this because as you can see here, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, it is not sealed completely. So air, see if you see that, it's pretty easy to like open it. So air could get into this. I believe what the purpose of this is you can have your paintbrush right here. So it's not gonna fit like the larger paintbrushes. It's going to be the smaller ones. Let me grab one. So you can stick your paintbrush in here, and then you can put your paints in here. You can have your project that you're working on, or we can also do a stay wet palette. If that's something that you're interested in, if you like to do art and stuff, let me know. We can work on one of those together. And then when you close it up, first of all, it's portable. But secondly, I'm hoping that it'll stay dry inside of here so you're not wasting all your paint. Because, you know, sometimes we pour too much paint and we don't want to waste it. And so I'll definitely test this out and get back to you and let you know what my thoughts are on it, and you know how it holds up, how long it dries or stays wet for, and all that. So okay, now let's get started. I'm going to be completely honest and transparent here. When I walked out of Dollar Tree, I was kind of disappointed with the shop with me. I felt like there weren't a ton of items that I got, but I'm going to tell you now that after being home and grabbing the pieces that I did, I have several ideas for different things that we can make with just the products that I got. I'm going to start off by taking my note card and leaving a little bit of extra space on the top and the bottom. I'm going to measure out the width on this gold poster board, and I think that it ended up being about 5.5 inches total for those that want to make it exactly how I did. I can't find my ruler, so I had to use this like tearing ruler that I made, and it was okay. It still worked. So now I'm going to just lay the ruler down to make a semi straight line because it's got all these wiggly edges, and then I'm going to cut it out with my scissors. I'm going to start off by taking the note card and then just marking where the edge is from the edge of the poster board. And then I'm going to leave some space in the middle for my spine, and I'm going to leave this spine big, and I actually love the way that it came out. I'm a big sucker for big spines because I always embellish so much. And so I'd rather have a bigger spine than not a big enough spine and then feel like I have to redo the binding. So that's what we're going to go with here. If you like something smaller, then by all means, make your spine smaller. Using the lines that I mapped out for my spine, I'm going to line up my ruler against them. And then from the outside or the front of my paper, the shiny side, I'm just going to fold the paper over so that I make a crease for the spine. My original plan was to use the note card itself as the cover, and I still definitely want to do one of those, but after seeing the gold paper, I thought it would be really pretty as a border. Also, the poster board gives it more stability than the note card alone. I left in the footage how long it took me to decide where to cut the note card out, because I was kind of just coming up with it on a whim, and I wanted to show you that not all projects come together in 5 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever the video is. There's a lot of times where I'm working on things and it takes me a lot longer that I cut out so that you're not bored. But I did want you to see that there's definitely times where I don't necessarily have a plan, or I have to think things through, and it takes me a little longer than just sticking it on and it's perfect. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. You definitely don't have to do it the route that I'm doing it for decorating purposes. Now, I could have just cut out the front of the note card and adhered it to the front of the journal, kind of matte style, but I do like the idea of the spine getting a little bit of extra paper, because it's going to enforce it and allow it to hold on to my signatures even better. I recently did a giveaway for this little mini kit, and although the giveaway is closed now, I do have it available on my Patreon. So I just wanted to give a quick little note because I haven't really talked about it much anywhere else, and I just wanted to give you some details about Patreon in case you've been thinking about doing it, but you don't know, and what's it about. And before I joined Patreon, I kind of felt the same way. So for my Patreon right now, I only have one tier. It's $5 a month, and with that monthly subscription, you get a set of printables, usually in the form of a kit that is exclusive to Patreon. And some months you get extra because I love printables. And then you also get a journal with me once a week. We do a live together. We also have a group chat on Instagram. And then you also get a coupon code for all of the existing or the past kits. There's a really great, I think it's like 50% off coupon code. So it's definitely worth it if you come in, and if you like my stuff, I think that it's a great deal. Plus, you'll get to make some new friends, and I have the loveliest ladies in there right now. So anyhow, if you want to be a part of the group, we would love to have you join. And I'm actually going to put their names here up on the screen to give them a big shout out and thank you for their support. And let's get going with the rest of the video. I had a little bit of a hard time picking out which paper to put here on the edge. I want to cover up where it says thank you because I don't need it to say thank you, and I want it to be a journal cover. So that is a perfect way to use some of the note cards that you see. Now, some of them that I noticed in the store, sometimes they'll have the sentiment in the middle of the image. Those are going to be a little harder to cover up, but there's definitely ways around it. You can always make like little frames or a picture, a circular picture in the middle, and have, let's say if it's a floral, the floral on the outside edge. So definitely look at them with different set of eyes, where you're looking at what the possibilities are and what you can create with them. I'm building up a little band, and I tear off the edge of the paper instead of cutting it with scissors, and I think then I cover it up later. So it didn't really work out that well. The other thing is that the whole time I'm creating this, I'm thinking this is my cover because it's the flowers, it's perfect. But when I get finished, you're going to see that I kind of feel like both sides could be covers. So I would really appreciate and love your help and support if you can tell me down below which one you think should be the cover. Should it be the original one that we're doing or the one with the fabric? I am kind of leaning towards the fabric, but I don't know what to do. And then the other thing I could do is I could make this journal, which I, at the end, do not add any binding to it. I just show you how to make the base of the journal. But I'm thinking now, as I'm watching it back, that maybe a TN style journal would be a lot of fun to do. And that's something that I haven't really shown on here. If that's something that you'd like to see, or if you don't know what a TN is, leave me a comment down below and we can definitely explore it a little further. These papers, the faux handmade Dollar Tree papers as well as the tea bag papers have been so awesome. They add such good texture to my projects. If you haven't checked out those videos, they are linked down below. And also, I do have playlists set up. So for any of my tutorials, I have a playlist for those. I have for my Scrapbuster series, a playlist on those. And what you can do is you can actually save the playlist, and then anytime I upload videos, they automatically go in there, and then you have them at your fingertips anytime that you want to watch them. So there's a little tip there for that. But if you haven't watched those videos, I strongly suggest you do. I think that you'll really love it, and I think that you'll see how versatile the papers are, and how much joy and just unique texture they add to your pages. For those of you wondering about the glue, so when you first tip it over in here, you get a little bit of, it's just like a, pea-size droplet, I guess, and then it stops. Now, what you do have to do is before you put the cap on, you do need to just clean this off with a paper towel or your fingers if you want. On this kit, this was actually the first paper that I hand drew, and I love it. It kind of is giving me a little bit like Lily Pulitzer-y, I don't know, or vintage wallpaper. Do you agree? I absolutely love it. The other thing I love about it is because I have kind of straight lines there, meaning all of my little flowers end at the same spot. Then I can use that to cut without having to necessarily measure anything out. And you guys know that whenever I can avoid measuring, I'm going to. At this point, I'm just building up the cover. I'm adding layers, and I'm kind of just letting the paper just do its thing and tell the story for me without me having to really think too much about it. You're going to see that I'm going to glue down some fabric, and then I decide to add some paper underneath, and so I pull it up. That happens sometimes, and that's okay, because what we're making here is an extension of us, of what we like and what makes our hearts happy. So if you don't like something on your page, I'm going to tell you, it's your page. Take it off, paint over it, add something on top of it. It's okay. And when you look back on it at a later date, you're not even going to remember what was underneath. You're just going to know that what you have there is what you love. Barkley just came in and swindled his way to get another treat today. But he's so cute. Something else I wanted to mention in this video is that sometimes I hear from you and you might be worried about trying something out, that you're scared that yours isn't going to look like mine or it's not going to be the same. And that is the whole point of my channel, is I want to be the person to hold your hand and get you through it, because I know what that feels like. I know what that uncertainty, how that glooms over you. And what I'm going to tell you is that the satisfaction you get in creating and the joy that you have from making something with your hands outweighs that fear so much. And so if you'll trust me and just go with me and allow me to hold your hand, and we can do this together, we can make the mistakes together, we can also make beautiful things together, and you aren't going to regret it one bit. In my future video plans, I do have the intent to do a chindi rug tutorial for you. So I'll show you where to get it, how to use it, how, all the things. And right now, this fabric that I'm using is actually part of a chindi rug, and it's the last little piece that I have, but I just think it's so beautiful, it needed to be used. And I think as I start gluing down, I start getting the realization that this might be the cover. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but now that the fabric is down and I love it so much, I'm thinking, how can I maybe make this into the cover until I decide? And that's when I decide to grab another note card. Since I have 6 in the pack, it's a perfect time to grab another one out and cut it down. And even though I'm going to end up pulling up the fabric when I put the piece of the floral card down, it actually scrunched up my fabric and made it even prettier than it was originally. So I want to show you that sometimes those accidents make for a beautiful end result. The first thing that I'm going to do is sew down the fabric so that it doesn't move out of place anymore. And then I'm going to go through and on each, let's say, rectangle or piece of paper that I have, I'm going to sew around it. And I think that when you do this, it just kind of melts everything together and it makes it look like it belonged together and it was pieced that way. Kind of like a beautiful quilt. And because I have that beautiful fabric on the journal, then I felt like it didn't really need any extra competition with the stitching. So I opted for just a straight stitch all around, and I didn't add any other fancy stitches to it. As I'm finishing up the stitching, then I realized that I don't think I want to add anything else to it. The journal came out even prettier than I could have imagined, and I never would have thought that a note card could have given me a journal cover. And I think that it is precious. Again, if you can, vote down below and let me know if you think that I should keep this as the front or if I should change it and put the back as the front. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you got inspiration for Dollar Tree, that you liked the haul, and then that the project inspired you to go and create one of your very own. So I just want to thank you so much for being here and for your love and your support. It means the world to me. And of course, if you haven't been told today, you are worthy, you are forgiven, and you are loved beyond measure. Until next time, love you. Bye.